Magical Girl Destroyers. So whenever I'm on here and talk about some new anime that, you know, this anime reminds me of one very, very iconic anime, of course, Socks, right? So if you're like me, an otaku, right, so scratch and so on, obviously, you know, I love otaku stuff, so thinking about freaking Bowset shirt, right? And Socks then, or Shimoneta, one of the most iconic animes ever, I would say. I won't say it's the best anime ever, I'll say one of the most iconic animes ever, where the storyline, right, is that the government has banned hentai, right? They banned, you know, porn or whatever, yeah. They banned all etchy stuff, right? And this girl runs around with a punch in her face, like Rudy in Mustenshi, and she's like, I need to make hentai! You know? They try to steal that stuff, and they gotta go to drop to Nara, so it's a crazy, iconic, weird otaku anime. Here, then, it's a new anime, airing today, which is very, very similar. It's basically like Shimoneta, but they have magical Sailor Moon characters with them that are pervs. So, especially the next one, Blue. Blue is crazy, man. Blue is like, she keeps calling her like a psycho horny bitch, and they save her, and she was like a Tinder date. She got taken by the government because she went on like a F date. Yeah, she was like, oh, I need to smash or something, right? So she got kidnapped on trying to get laid. So this anime is crazy, but basically in this anime world instead, right, they have banned everything that's otaku, right? Like figurines, anime, video games, manga, and everything's banned. Not just hen stuff that is banned in like Shimoneta, but it's very, very similar otherwise, you know? They're capturing people, they got these weird government guys, they're running around. And yeah, it's a funny episode, but definitely heavy load on the parody, right? Yeah, so I think this is an anime. If you're like me, right, with a very high nerd level, right? My Otaku level is quite high, right? It's gonna be a cute, funny anime. For example, her power, Anarchy, is her name, of course, and that's what hates the government because she wants anarchy, right? She can, like, I don't know, she's like the genie in, I guess, Aladdin, honestly? Because she's like, oh, I can turn into a baseball and punch them or something, yeah. She has some weird, like, fantasy magic power, right? And she's kind of just, like, fourth walling it or whatever. And I love this stuff, so that's really funny. And she can, like, save the otakus in prison and transform the prison bars to, like, otaku stuff, like figurine and video games. She's like saves them and gives them a Mario figure or something. Then the bar turns into like a, you know, like a sexy figure. She's like, yeah! Otaku power up! You're like, well, what's happening? The weird thing though with the episode was that it starts immediately with like, oh, it's been a war for like a few years. She's crying, and the main guy, Otaku Hīrō is the main character. He's giving up because it's so hard or something. So she is like, you can't give up, I love you or something. It's really weird. Like, I feel like you missed 10 episodes. So that is gonna be crazy. And lastly, what it reminds me of is Urva, what's it called? Magic Girl, whatever it is in Japanese and English. So, this is an anime that I reacted and reviewed a few years ago, where a magic girl, right? That's a very similar, yeah. She becomes a magical man, right? You know, this magical girl, she's muscling up and becomes like a super ripped badass guy, and she fights demons or whatever, right? And then her best friend also becomes a man, and they get stronger, or, you know, horny they are, right? And her best friend is like in love with her. She's hardcore super lesbian Yuri, so she wants to sleep with her, so she's turning into a man for she wants, because she wants to have a penis so she can stay with her best friend, right? Because she wants this stuff, so she gets stronger by that, and it's really weird, but it reminds me of that, because of the magic girls and the weird parody, but also because the bad guys in that anime have this, they're like muscular guys with weird cutesy faces. As they say something here, all the government guys are like muscular guys with guns or whatever, but they all got this like weird cute like Kuma face or something. So his anime is quite, it's like a mixture between Orova Mahou girl and Socks, right? Very, very strange anime, but hilarious. But seriously though, you probably need a really high otaku power level to some extent. I mean, all the jokes are like parody jokes, right? I watched it here briefly, I took a break, done reaction and so on. And I mean, I laughed a lot, but I was also like, man, this is crazy. This show is just cray. There's a lot of weird, etchy stuff, like, for example, they eat ramen together, or she starts eating the guy's ramen together in a bowl. She's like, oh, give me the food, like the Lady and Tramp and so on, right? And then after she's eating up the ramen, she's like, oh, you impregnated me, or something. Oh, you got me pregnant, or something. He's like, what did you do it? Oh, I don't know, man. Yeah, it's really weird. Like, it's like really weird comments. Yeah, she's like, oh yeah, that got me pregnant. You're like, no, we didn't have sex. Oh, it was sex to me, or something. So it's like that, right? And like I showed you earlier, right? The other girl, she literally has like a ball gag in her mouth, yeah, the whole episode. Blue, which is a horny psycho bitch. Horny psycho bitch is what they keep calling her. And yeah, she's like apparently insanely, horny then. Yeah, massive horn, right? Massive horny. If you go to her scene when they save her, she's like, oh no, I was trying to get laid on Tinder or something, as mentioned, yeah. And yeah, it's like, oh, I was trying to get some, I can't even show it, actually. I'm blacking it out here because she's like, I would love to show you this scene, guys, but she's literally naked in this scene, yeah. Or she's covering up her oppies, but we see her like Tinder profile. Her Tinder profile is her naked with like, so I can't show you this scene, okay? That's why I'm blacking it out. When I think about it, I should not show it on YouTube. Family friendly. But yeah, they save her, and she looks like this, right? And she goes, and then the next scene is they show her Tinder, like her Tinder profile, and she has like basically like, oh, I'm a F-toy, come and get me, something, and that's how the government takes her. I love that thing though, yeah, but it kind of makes sense though, right? Because they're like Sailor Moon characters, right, with powers fighting the government, but instead of why would the super soldiers fight the government? Well, because one of them is Anarchy. She wants to destroy everything, right? She's like, yeah, bombs! And this one is a mega super slut. She's like, what, the government? They want to ban porn, otaku stuff? No, I like that shit. Yeah, she's like, no, I want more hentai, so I'm gonna fight the government because I want my hen stuff. So, I mean, it makes sense, right? It makes sense. She's basically, it's like Shimoneta. Like, I need to produce more hentai stuff. But yeah, I can't show you the scene, guys. It feels, I'll read what it says. It says, here's her Tinder profile. Aomi-san profile. Magic girls her job. Blood type is secret. Maximize sex drive. Lives in Tokyo. Things I'm into. Toys, bondage. Kinky. Hobbies, sex. Yeah. She's into a lot of hardcore stuff. And her hobby is, her hobby is to have sex. That's her hobby. And her personality is extremely proactive. Okay, so, yeah, can't show you that scene, guys. Trust me, this anime is wacky doodle. It's truly wacky doodle. But, that all being said, right, it really does remind me of Shimoneta. Look at this in here. You see them holding the flag, right? So, it's very, very Shimoneta. Yeah, the holding the flag thing. Very, very similar, right? Typical Shimoneta scene, absolutely. But yeah, I recommend it, guys. Check the anime out, right? I think it was hilarious. I wouldn't say it was some moments though that I would call them slow, but they were like these weird things. She was crying for like 5 minutes. Oh no, I won't believe me. The next scene she's like running around the magical with a baseball bat and like, this is crazy. So the anime is very up and down, right? Yeah, it's very, very crazy. When it goes crazy, when shit hits the fan, it really shits the fan, right? But anyway, I digress. I got to subscribe, hit the like button. I'll see you guys tomorrow with another new animes, right? Of course, we have Gainen coming back soon. And also, of course, Demon Slayer. I don't think there are any more new animes tomorrow. But I haven't read Black Clover yet, which is weird. I haven't dropped yet, so I'm waiting for Black Clover. That might be tomorrow, always. Always check out, Isekai Nia-san. There today, right? Super pervy sister. Very high level. Otaku, Jesus Christ. And also, of course, Bad Girls, which is my favorite for today. Yeah. Like delinquent girls. And so you guys have a great day.